Okay, good morning, supervisor in the back. This is my lesson plan, and this is the diagrams that I'll be using to teach the student. Good morning, William. How are you today?
I'm good.
Okay,
How are
nice
you?
seeing you again. I'm very good. So for today, before we start the lesson, I need to check your driver's license. Can I see it, please? Okay, it's all good. No change in address, correct?
No.
And you have no glasses. That's correct. All right, so the topic that we're going to be going through today is simple left turn. That is the topic that we'll be focusing on for today. The goal is at the end of the lesson, you'll be able to complete this topic on your own without my help. The reasons why we want to learn this is only really for two main reasons. It's for safety and for the road test. There are a number of legal requirements that's for the left turn. I'm going to quickly show you. If we actually go and drive and ever notice a sign such as this one here that says no left turn, then we can't make the turn at all. There may be time restrictions and all that, but regardless, we're not going to see that today. We will definitely see stop signs. We may even see two different types of stop signs. There's one called the regular stop sign, and there's one called the all-way. Do you know the difference between the two?
Yes, always, meaning that at every, um, how do I say that?
Okay, I'll make it simple for you. At the regular stop sign, if you're to make a left turn here, you have to come to a stop. Traffic on the left and right does not have a stop sign. Oncoming traffic, which is the other side, will also have a stop sign. The only time that you don't have one here is a T intersection. All right. In other words, unless there's no traffic and pedestrians here, you cannot go. You have to wait till it's all clear. Whereas the all-way here, everybody has a stop sign. So the general rule is first to stop, first to proceed. Got it?
Yep.
That's the difference. Now, we also have three legal stopping positions that I need to inform you before we could start talking about the left turn. The first one is anytime we get to a stop sign and there is a white line like this is called the stop line. That's where we need to stop. Just have the hood of the car just cover the line, and that would be the proper place to stop. If there's no stop line, then there could be the pedestrian crossing lines or the sidewalk, whichever exists. That's where you reserve this area for pedestrians to cross. And same rule as before, whichever you see, just imagine if there's a sidewalk here, and you would actually stop right before that with the hood of the car. And that would give approximately 2 to 3 meters of distance in front for pedestrians to cross. And if there's no stop sign and no stop line and no sidewalk or crosswalk, then we stop the car at the edge of the road. That's where the two curbs on each side would meet one another. That's our imaginary line for stopping. Is that clear?
Yeah.
All right. We also need to yield to pedestrians. We also need to signal and all that, but we're going to talk about that in a moment. So this here is the diagram that I'll be starting off with, that we'll talk about the various situations that we'll encounter. Now, we're going to start talking about left curves because that's the base of all turns. With a curve, it is a continuous road that curves or bends to the left. So with this one here, what we do is we have to slow down. So if our speed is at 30, 40 kilometers per hour, for example, our speed is going to be too fast for this turn. So we need to slow down maybe by a little bit of braking. But if our speed is about 20, 25, we may not need to brake. We could just let the car roll on its own. We call that coast. As we do this, we check our mirror, which is scan around and looking in the front, and seeing if there's any cars that's oncoming, any pedestrians that's crossing. We want to keep the car straight until we get to the curve, where it starts the curve to the left. You see how this is a straight road? Where it starts the curve, right at that point where the curve is straight, starting to curve, I call that point A. Half of the curve is point B. On the other side, where the curve is now straight, that is point C. Did you get that?
Yeah.
So what do we have to do at point A? Can I get you to hold this so you can look at what I'm doing? So here is the steering wheel when it's straight, yes? So when before we get to point A, we'll keep the steering wheel straight. But as soon as we get to point A here, we go quarter left. Remember last class?
Yeah.
This here is quarter left. This here is what I want you to do starting from A towards B. Now about halfway into halfway into A, you will actually have yourself hold the steering wheel until you have reached point B, which is the middle of the turn. From there, you're going to start a process called hand over hand. So what exactly is hand over hand? Take a look at my hand. Am I at 12 and 6 right now?
Yep.
I need to let go of the hand at 6, which is always the bottom hand. You don't want to continue steering like this because the hand will cross. We would not ever want the hand to cross. So we just let go of the 6 o'clock position, the 12 o'clock position hand, top one, continues to turn until you have reached
9.
9.
That's 9.
The hand that's available here would then go to 12. This hand that takes control of 12, the 9 o'clock hand has to now let go in order for this hand to continue steering. Do you notice the hand returned back to 9? This hand now goes back to 3. So I'll do this again. I want you to see this. This is a quarter left. How much steering is this?
This is
Add another quarter. So quarter plus another quarter is half.
half.
And I grab the steering wheel here at 12, let go of this hand, and I steered more. How much did I just steer again?
Another quarter.
Another quarter. This becomes 3/4. And this is precisely how much you need to steer for a left turn or a left curve. Okay, make sense?
Yep.
From here, at point B, that's where I start doing the hand over hand. At point C, I need to look ahead. In other words, if I look here at the curb, I would likely hit the curb. If I look at oncoming traffic, I'm going to go into oncoming traffic. I don't want to do that. I want to look ahead. So that's why I put scan ahead, as in look far ahead as to where we could go. From here, we have to do something really important, and that's something called loosen up. I'm going to use this bottle here. If I hold this bottle really, really tight in my hand, is this going to fall out?
No.
No. But look what happens as soon as my fingers go loose. What just happened there? It slid through.
Yeah.
So again, loosen up, loosen up. I could do it once, twice, 3 times as needed to let the car steering wheel slide back on its own. So this is called control slip. But